here at home, but this time we want to go to Huntersville. We have an interesting story regarding a development that is pretty much, and correct me if I'm wrong, Walker Lawson is covering this story, pretty much abandoned.
Yeah.
And it dates back to 2021?
Yeah, so the plans were submitted back in 2021 for this project to come to life. They built it out fully. I mean, you drive through it, it feels like you're driving through a community.
Right.
You would kind of get lost. My photog, when he got there today, was impressed by how big it is. It's 20 buildings, so you have 20 different buildings, 297 units, and the project was built out, and then the developer left. And so the site has been fully vacated for years now. I actually live in Huntersville, and so it's something that people pass by and see. And Caldwell Station it's called the Point at Caldwell Station. And this is a connection of another neighborhood called Caldwell Station.
Okay.
And so this is a large plan that's been in the works for 20 plus years if you go back and look at it. And then there's another development being built beside it that also connects to Caldwell Station. Well, that development has started construction, and people are wondering, well, why is construction starting when there's a full project sitting here vacated? So it led us to start asking questions and starting to look and see what exactly happened to this property.
So the company that is in charge of this development, what are they saying? Have you been able to get in contact with them?
No contact has been made. We've made every effort possible. I reached out to the town. They deferred us, of course, to the developer. We found the developer's website. I tried to fill out a form to contact the developer. I can't even get the form to fill out. I called. It says, "Welcome to Verizon Wireless." They're a company in Greensboro. And then upon further investigating, our sister station, WFMY in Greensboro, has actually done a story on this developer back in March of 2025. There's a community in Burlington that was actually built out and people moved into, but their roads weren't completed. And the city and the town and the state's not responsible for it. So they have roads that are messed up. So they wanted answers. Well, come to find out, according to that HOA, this company hasn't answered 98% of their calls, or seemingly 100% of ours. So it's hard to get answers because there is no response and no way to get in contact with them.
That is interesting. Burlington is a growing community. It sits between Greensboro. It's right before you get to Mebane, but it sits between Greensboro and Raleigh. So a lot of folks, if you live in the Triad, you may live out there. But if you live or if you work in Raleigh or Durham or Chapel Hill, you might commute from Burlington because it's an easier commute.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting piece to the story. I have to ask, were you about to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say, when you look at a story like this, I think the community has become very confused. And
you were reading my mind. That's the next question. Okay.
I think that there's a lot of confusion, especially being a resident of Huntersville. We kind of, working in news, we drive around, we see things that catch our eyes, and we are interested in it. And I said, if I'm curious in it, there's got to be other people wondering. And sure enough, someone posted on Facebook, and I happened to reach out to them, and they were willing to talk, and they had a ton of comments on their post. But just a lot of confusion and a lot of concern from neighbors that just see this site sitting there vacated and want answers.
Man, an interesting story there. And when you first came in, we were chatting about the story. We were like, Huntersville?
Yeah.
Huntersville, okay.
Yeah. They love developing in all of these communities, and people, want to know why maybe something else isn't going there or why someone isn't taking this project over. But it's interesting to see. We've learned some information about the developer in recent months that is still confusing to us as to why we haven't gotten answers, since they have seemingly paid off taxes to the county in the last few months.
Yeah.
So regarding that site. So just a lot of questions from people.
A lot of questions, and I'm pretty sure this is not going to be your last story on this.
Sure, it will not be the end of
it. Walker, I'm not going to put you on the spot today because I know that your story runs at 5.
I did know that today.
Okay. Well, I should have just left it out. I didn't want to leave it a chance, but you can catch Walker's story at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
It'll also be on our digital platforms.
It's a long one.
It's a long one. I read through it. I was like, this is it was good. It's long, but it's worth it because there's a lot of information, a lot of backstory we have to get
too. Absolutely.
Walker, doing the job of the people in your hometown, man.
Development, transportation in hometown.
Walker Lawson, man, thank you for your time, man. Thank you for stopping by.